Welcome to the Salt Strong Podcast, disrupting fishing entertainment as you know it. Prepare to laugh. Prepare to get to know fishing legends in a whole new and unfiltered way. And on occasion, you might even learn a thing or two about fishing. Here's your host, Joe Simons. Like diamonds.
Fish on! Guys, Joe Simons Like Diamonds here with Luke Simons. We're live. That's a nice looking redfish.
Oh, there goes another one right there.
Oh, let me make some casts while we're doing the intro here. So we're doing a little tweaking, Polk County tweaking that is. And we also got a Slam Shady 2.0 and just doing a little versus right now. Just got out here a little bit late today. And Luke has got the Polk County Tweaker. What color?
I'm going with the new penny tweaker right now.
New penny tweaker. That's a beautiful redfish
solid
there.
Fish.
And right there in foot of water. Right next to the mangrove line.
Yeah, the fish are holding shallow. We have a kind of warm period. Hasn't been super cold, so these fish are holding shallow, basically just feeding on mullet and shrimp, whatever they can find.
Yeah,
come on.
That's a solid red there, dude.
Come on.
Yeah, that's a beaut there, Clark. Well, so far, 1-0, Polk County Tweaker. If you don't know about the Polk County Tweaker, that's our new Twitch lure. With the dimples, the long casting dimples.
There it is. Solid fish.
Here, get a quick
right in the button.
Quick pick for you there, maybe even a thumbnail, you never know. Look at that, Polk County tweaking.
Right, let's gotta go.
That's nice.
See if we can catch some more.
Yeah, so the trick has been one thing. Find the mullet. Whoa, not the trees.
So here's the lure. It's just a nice, quick darting lure. And what I've been doing to make it weedless is just skin hooking it. Point's just barely in there, and this thing just darting in the water. Excellent lure. Just generates strikes, and it was basically in the middle of the day right now. The fish are lethargic, but get a good lure in their face and they'll smack it. See if he's got any friends. I basically cast it right next to the mangroves and let it fall down, and on the first little twitch, it came up and smacked it.
Ooh, I hear something else back there.
Yeah.
Nice.
On the board.
And so if you don't know the story about the Polk County Tweaker, we came out with this lure. It's a soft plastic twitch lure, twitch bait, if you will. And we had Joel, who's filming right now in the back, and talking about a name. He's like, you know what it looks like? It looks like a Polk County Tweaker. We started dying laughing. And it turns out that the word tweaker, like the non-slang word, actually means to tweak, to improve something, to make something better, to be an improver, an inventor, a tweaker, which is all we've done. We didn't invent the twitch lure, right? It's been around for a long time. We just made what was out there better. And one of the big ones is making it versatile for the layperson. Because, Luke, talk about some of the old school twitch lures.
Yeah, so
you can only really use them, on a jig head for the most part.
Yeah, so there's basically there's traditionally been two options for twitch lures. Number one, this is the traditional like super fluke where it's got like a split tail in the end. And that's just it's all purpose. I still like those. This is just like that, but better. It's smaller and it casts farther. Casting distance is the biggest improvement that this style has over a split tail, because when you cast a split tail, that little forked tail is catching the wind, right? When that lure goes, the tail's first, and those little tails flapping in the wind, it just decreased casting performance, and the fish don't care. And if anything, the fish actually don't like it, because when you have in areas like we fish a lot, there's little pinfish and small little junk fish. They'll be biting the tail of whatever lure you're using, and those little split tails are very thin. And once one of them goes, now the lure starts acting a little bit out of whack. It doesn't have really good darts. And so again, just going with this just straight single tail, even if a pinfish does get a small chunk, no problem. It still has very good darts. It doesn't take doesn't mess up with the dynamics of it going through the water.
Yeah, I was using it to start this morning just to try it out. A lot of you guys know I'm a Slam Shady 2.0 is my confidence lure, even though I got weeds on it right now. No wonder I didn't get a strike there. But it's tough to argue with how far you can cast it. I kind of felt dumb going back to this thing.
Yeah, it bombs.
I mean, it's nuts. Absolutely nuts. One, I think just that tail is just, right, it just cuts to the wind.
Yeah.
And then you got the dimples. Also skips really well too. Ooh, look at that. That cast deserves a strike.
And so the other style of jerk lure is basically kind of like the Little John style, which is again great lure, but it's really designed for jig heads. And so this style is designed for both, because at the very front it gets down to a sharper point where you can rig it on weedless hooks like this, or jig heads as well, right? You can still rig this perfectly on a jig head. And so to me, this is just the best of both worlds. One lure does it all, and so that's basically all I've been using lately. And as far as just generating strikes, that's the best, the best feature of it, where days like this, where middle of the day, these fish are not gonna be aggressive. And so it's important to get our lures close to their face and do something with the lure that triggers a feed, that triggers a bite. And just doing a quick little dart, that's the best thing we can do to trigger strikes in this type of situation. And so, we just got that one nice red. I had a bite right before then too. And these fish, what's happening is they seem to be holding close to these mangroves. So it's really just about getting close to the mangroves in this case, letting it fall, and then doing some kind of sharp little darts and try to trigger a strike.
And then don't forget Dr. Juice as well. Dr. Juice saltwater slam scent. Put it on every one of my lures. And what Luke is using there, if you guys want to go get yourself some, it's fishstrong.com, the only place you can get the Polk County Tweaker. And that Haas, what are you using, a 1/8 ounce?
I'm using the 1/16.
1/16, ooh. And you're still casting that thing country mile.
Oh, just had something.
A little hit?
Might have been a weed.
Oh.
Nope, that was it. But so with this darting style, I actually prefer the 1/16 ounce weight, which is it doesn't seem like much weight, but this thing has like no resistance in the water. And so the 1/16, it skips really nice and also gets down plenty deep enough, but most importantly has that good darting action that gets the strikes. Let's see if we can get some more action here.
Yeah, buddy. Ooh. Slam Shady put himself right in the action. Come on, baby. Deserves a strike. That deserves a strike. Let's talk about some other new lure things we have coming out. Well, actually, first let's talk about the variety pack, because people asked about, hey, what colors do you have? Is it 7 now, right?
Yeah, so we have 7 colors, and the lures come in packs of 7, so we do have a sampler as well if you want to try all the different colors.
It's probably been one of the top sellers. I think people just want to try them all.
Yeah, sampler's been the top. Then as far as single packs, Slam Shady's been number 1.
And I'm getting
this new penny's number 2, and then the others are all pretty close. But we have a Gold Digger with the chartreuse tail. We have Alabama Leprechaun,
Optimus Lime,
the Optimus Lime, and then we have the Shrimp Truce, which is our most popular in the prawn color. So it's basically a natural shrimp color with the chartreuse tail. Ooh, that was a nice cast.
Deserves a hit. Come on. Man. Yeah, I just had a couple little trout strikes earlier before we started filming, and otherwise, I have had nothing. Nothing, Lebowski. Yeah, we just got finished up with a Salt Strong Insider event. Thank you all that came out. I had hundreds of people show up, and E.G. Simmons Park. Got some fish in, and one of the first people to catch a slam was a little 10-year-old dude, which is really cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Got himself his black cat. That was prize if you caught a slam. That was in, 3-hour window. It had to be done in that time.
Yeah, and the tides were doing next to nothing too. So we actually had 4 people get slams.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And anyhow, just a great reminder how awesome this Salt Strong Insider family is, and how awesome the tribe is. Joel, you were out there, took your boat over, right?
My brother's.
Oh. It's yours for the day, which is even better. You can return it. I'm gonna go out here on the left side. I'm gonna go out in the flat. I'm seeing a ton of mullet. I mean, look at that. You see all those mullet? Just popping in that little circle. Gotta be something there with it. Redfish love following these schools of mullet. And the reason why is these mullet are constantly stirring up the bottom, drawing up crustaceans, bait fish. As our friend Dylan Hubbard says, it's just like a dinner bell buffet line. And that's kind of been the ticket, right? And we had that other event where our boy Captain Mike Goodwine and Kent Hickman. Kent is the head guy from the Power Pole Redfish series and has been a tournament angler for many years. And that was one of his number one tip was learn how to cast. He sees that as probably the number one issue. But number two, right, Luke, was follow the mullet around. If you want to catch more redfish, he's like, that's what we do for tournaments.
Yeah, especially now as we're approaching spring, that becomes more and more important. Yeah. Find the food.
And there is a lot of mullet here on this left side. Nuts, a little bit deeper. So I'm gonna let it sit a little bit longer. Because when we were out here a couple weeks ago and we did that podcast, ooh, I just had a little hit. There, trout. Oh, micro trout. We want the big trout. If you're listening, it was a very quick and premature release. But it was a trout. I knew because I could smell you getting off the elevator. You've been smooching with everybody.
Yes, this is just a really good textbook type spot where we have the mullet, some mullet schools out here. We have some grass with some potholes, relatively close to a shoreline.
Ooh, that was my line. I think spooked him.
Yeah, we should be getting some action here.
That was nuts how many mullet are over here. So if there's one trout, there's got to be more. Rarely do they just sit there by themselves. So got to find some more. But that's it, guys. If you're anywhere in Kent, I mean, look at all that mullet. That was nuts. You know, Kent's tournaments go from Texas, Louisiana, back to Florida, Carolinas, and he's like, that's one trend.
There we are.
Look at Luke, you kidding me?
Oh, just got off.
What was it?
I didn't have it on long enough to tell.
Man, the old Polk County Tweaker.
It was a good thump, though.
Be tweaking.
Probably
what
a
always is
redfish.
when you miss them. Yeah, I got to go over this way. This looks too good. Yeah.
I'm trying to steal my fish, huh?
There are an obscene amount of mullet around here. I love it. I love it. All right, so what else? We got some hard baits that are getting closer.
Yeah, I got a report of my first day trying that out. It was a really good trip. That's coming out soon, but it's basically a suspending hard lure. And it's just a small little hard lure, and it has some single inline hooks for those of us who like catch and release, and that thing is off to a good start. I had a really good day. It was a crazy start where usually I don't like catching fish on my first cast, but I caught a fish on my first, second, and third cast using that lure. Granted, they were trout, but and not giants, but still cool. But ended up catching some really nice trout as well as redfish too. Couldn't get the snook for the slam, but that was after a cold front, so I wasn't expecting snook.
Yeah, I used the one of the very first prototype ones.
Ooh, here's a nice trout.
Luke, you
nice
kidding
trout.
me? And I might have to go to the tweaker here.
So this lure for big trout is just absolutely amazing. Pretty much every time I've used it, I've been catching trout.
The one you caught last
over 20.
weekend looked like it swallowed a football.
Yeah, this one's another one over 20 right here.
Yeah, that's a solid one, dude.
But yeah, as far as just getting big trout, this thing is just absolutely amazing. Something about a darting motion and big trout, they just can't resist it. This thing sucked it down pretty good. I'm gonna get some pliers. When you see a fish hook deep, always good to have some pliers ready, just to try to get a quick release. This thing smoked it. Ugh. Check out the size of that trout. Solid fish.
I get a little pick for you?
Chunker. That new penny. Quick pick.
Perfect.
All right.
Tweakers be tweaking.
And let's see if we can get this guy. Oh, quick release there. That was perfect. All right. Lure check. Still in good action. Let's see if we can get another one.
All right, so I'm of the opinion that 1 or 2 fish to someone else's 0 don't mean squat. But if Luke catches 3 in my face, I am going to be changing it up. The old tweaker. So is that your favorite color? This?
No, I just started using it. This is
Okay.
one of my first days using it. I usually stick with Slam Shady. Slam Shady is just a good all-around color.
Yeah.
But again, it's much more about the lure presentation than color. So for years I made a mistake of worrying a lot about colors, and now I just kind of grab whichever one I see. And
Blasphemy.
when in doubt, I go with Slam Shady.
Blasphemy. Edit that part out now. Color doesn't matter. No, in all seriousness, I mean, color clearly matters, but it's secondary, tertiary to one, finding the fish. Because we had that ad that caused a little bit of controversy because it was saying you don't need live bait to catch fish, and obviously live bait works. The whole point of the ad was that no matter how much live bait you have, you will not catch fish if you aren't in a feeding zone, if you're not in that 90-10 zone, which is true. Is that a fish up there? You see it? About to find out.
Well, I think that's just the bottom there, dude.
I was about to say that would have been epic.
But yeah, that's all we're doing right now is just patrolling this zone. Has a lot of life. Definitely a 90-10 tight spot, and we're just hitting the structure. So it'll be interesting. I do see an egret way up there ahead.
Oh yeah.
But it seems like the mullet are back here behind us, so we'll see if we can find some more fish.
Tweakers be tweaking.
Typically what I do is just keep fishing until there's not anything more, and then go back and hit the zone that had the most fish.
Well, from the looks of it, you would have thought I got a strike, but I believe that was just my horrible cast. Very aggressive. Getting excited. All right, there's got to be some trout back here. Look at these little potholes. Looks so good. So talk about your retrieve, Luke.
So yeah, just any sort of jerk lure like this is just give quick jerking motions. Again, the ultimate goal here is to have some. I'll show you how it looks. Probably see it pretty good this angle. But it's basically just quick little darts. All right, quick little darts, and try to get out of the camera so we can not have that glare on the water. But yeah, it's quick little darts and basically bouncing just right out of the grass. If that happens next to a fish's face, even if they're not hungry, they can't help but take a swipe out of it. So that's really what we're going after. Ooh, there's a good fish up there. See if we can catch him.
That pothole looks like it might have some in it too.
Oh, which way? I don't see him. He's got to be getting close to my lure now. Dang, I lost him.
Ooh, I just got hit.
Yeah, it was a good fish. There's an oyster bar right here, and it was cruising right on the edge. I saw him for a second, and then I lost him. Let's get one more cast up there. So we might have some sight fishing opportunities up here a little ways.
Oh boy.
Because we're going to have some nice shallow flats with some sand. And that's where the humans have the advantage when they can't blend in with that dark bottom. Dang, that was a nice fish, whatever it was.
Yeah. I could have sworn I saw something in that pothole, but I do not see it anymore.
Yeah, so as always, right, fishing shallows like this, keep the eyes peeled. They're always the most fun catches when you can see them, cast them, and watch them eat.
And be really, really stealthy. Meaning, don't be making loud noises. It's crazy how many times we've been on the boat with people, and they're just clunking around, dropping jig heads. Like even the dropping a jig head on the bottom of your boat or kayak, especially on a calm day, can send a little vibration out
But even just casting, I don't know if people might have caught it earlier, but it was when we made a cast, when all those mullet just shattered or scattered around, that was due to us casting. And they basically scattered up to 30 feet away. So that was just clear evidence that fish can feel when we're making any sort of movement on the boat. That's why I always recommend the dart cast for those who haven't gone through the casting modules within the Insider Club. We have a fishing school for all members. It's just the best way to get a transformation from wherever you are to an advanced angler in 30 days or less. And you'll see that dart cast in there. That has been a game changer for catching big fish with lures.
There's some bait over here on the left side. I'm not seeing much on the shallow side.
Yeah, I'm not seeing much mullet or anything.
Looks like a bunch of little small fish.
So if they're here, they're going to be super close to the trees.
At this point, I'll take anything. Trout, jack, ladyfish.
The fact that we have a ibis right here and an egret, two of my favorite birds.
To eat?
To signify a good spot.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely got to clarify that.
Chills, yeah. Little black and redfish magic on an ibis. Kids, don't try that at home. I don't think it's legal. Back in the day, you know, Land and Remember, remember that book? I mean, they
great book.
Kind of just ate everything good. Stay alive. That protein.
One of my favorite books ever.
Yeah, it is a great book. My friend Conley just introduced me to one. I haven't started it yet, but he said it's very similar, and it's kind of it's same time or similar time, but it was the start of a lot of the cities here on the Gulf Coast, like Punta Gorda and all that.
Huh.
And it's called something Cracker. And I don't know if you're allowed to say that on a podcast, but I did. No, it's the name of the book. But he said it's fascinating. So it's kind of how a lot of these little fishing towns got started, and it has all the different families and what they went through. Cattle farmers, and they turn into fishermen. They realize they can make money there. Really fascinating. Oh, man, this looks so good. But I'm not seeing the fish. Well, there's a little bit of.
Yeah, I'm at least hearing some mullet. They've got some bait around.
I'm praying I can get one here on the left. Casting in this wind, I'm wishing I had the tweaker. That thing just punches through. And that is a game changer. That extra 5 to 10 feet. Seeing something?
Can't tell if that's a fish or not. I don't think it is, but I'm gonna make a cast at it just to be sure. No, no fish. Oh. Nope, no fish.
Oh.
False alarm. When in doubt, cast at it. Nothing worse than seeing something you think is a big old log and turns out to be a giant snook. Definitely had that happen to me before. So when in doubt, cast at it. This is just perfect sight fishing conditions if only we had fish here. But this is just nice clear water, half sand, half grass.
Some mullets flashing.
And so I'm either looking for a cruising fish or a fish just posted up on the bottom. Ideally posted up. Those are the ones that usually come out and smack it.
And another big school mullet just passed us. Dang. All right, now this is looking good again.
Terrible cast.
Where are the reds? A little bit deeper here. Say 4 feet, you think? At least where our boat is. Oh, come on. Let's see, yeah, we got birds, bait. Haven't seen any boils.
And so in the calm water like this is where the darting lures excel. So, Joe's on. But Joe still proved that the paddle tails work here too.
Slam Shady 2.0. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. Not as big as that monster that Luke caught, but. Come here, little guy. I'm gonna release you. I'm a nice guy.
Is that close to the trees or was that off?
That's pretty close. Oh, leader up the line. Yep, 2.0. So I have a 1/8 ounce, so I can cast it a little bit further. Luke is using a lighter one because he's got that tweaker. So 2-to-1. 2-to-1. Yeah, so it's my little setup there. Weedless, so I can get it super shallow. Still go over oysters, etc. All right, feeling better on the board. Yeah, you know where it was? It was right there in the little pothole.
Yeah.
So I cast it near the trees and it hit right up.
Posted up in a pothole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those potholes claim a lot of trout. You see anything else?
Nothing.
I want to go back to that next one there. You know, because it was so shallow, I was just doing a little slow straight retrieve. 2.0 plus Dr. Juice. Kid's back in the game. Although, if it went to a tiebreaker, I think your trout is going to, might be tough to beat.
A little bonnet head, let's see if we can get that.
Almost hit it. You see that, Joel? Bonnet heads are tough because they pivot and move so fast.
Every once in a while, they'll come smack it.
It's probably your best chance, too, is that tweaker. Well, while Luke's tweaking around with his tweaker, I'm going to try to catch me a redfish over there. Oh.
Eat it.
You seen this, Joel? Oh my gosh, dude, that was crazy. Oh, that thing is just right there with it. I thought for sure it was going to slam it.
It's tipped.
I bet you we put a little bit more Dr. Juice on it. He'll take it.
Playing hard to get.
Oh man, that was crazy. Hold it back there still. All right, so here come the area with the birds, ducks. Got bait up ahead, sharks.
Bunch of mullet up here.
Yeah, this looks fishy.
Does.
I'm gonna go on the other side where all these
Ooh,
mullet
big fish
are.
up there. Don't worry about it, Joe. Don't worry about
Oh, really? Where?
it. I think it already. It's a nice snook. It already knows. I think it knows we're here. It's on the move.
While Luke's doing that, I'm gonna go catch another trout.
Yeah, I think it sensed our movement and it was on the grass and it started shooting off away from us. Never a good sign, but always worth the cast. That was probably like a 30-inch snook.
I thought you said it was big.
It's a whole lot bigger than anything you caught today there, Joe.
Oh, really? Well, the day is young, night is old. Jerk store just called and they're all out of you. And look at all this bait up here. Yeah. Got burr, this looks too good. I can feel the mullet hitting my line.
Yeah, there's a train of mullet right up here ahead of us.
Nuts.
Look at all these freaking mullet. This is like literally an entire mullet school up ahead of us.
There's gotta be some reds and
Yeah.
triz out in here. There's another little bonnet head.
Yeah, so I was moving pretty quick and just, seeing all this mullet. Oh yeah, bonnet head there, let's see if we can catch him. Just seeing all this mullet, just automatic time to stop.
Oh, I just got a nice hit. I like that little trout out there.
That bonnet head's cruising.
Go back out here. Yeah, we got a little grass here. I mean, this looks like trout central. And usually, when you got that many mullet and those size mullet, you're gonna have some big trout mixed in. That one you caught earlier, that was nice.
Yep, now's the season. March and April are great months for big trout.
I'm nailing these mullet. False alarm there, Joe. Just mullet hit my lure. See any more fish up there at all?
No, I'm looking.
It's just so tempting. I mean, if you scroll here, Joe, I mean, just, man, looks so good. But normally you can see him moving or sitting in a pothole.
Oh, that's a shark. Thought of the giant
you see
snooker
it way up
first.
there. Oh,
So you can do long distance shark catch.
see him there, Joe. Oh, he's.
Keeps coming. I'll have a good. Oh, he just turned. Yeah, they're the toughest.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they put up a good fight.
Well, these is sight fish or red or snook. They usually go straight.
See if we'll come back for it. No. What were we catching them on that one time? Was the
Alabama leprechaun.
yeah, leprechaun. That was pretty crazy. That was pretty crazy. We're coming up to this point here. See if we can catch anything else. Otherwise, we might have to declare the tweaker the winner. Yeah, get some yourself. I don't know that it'll ever replace the split tail jerk shad. I think we'll always keep selling those because they just flat out work. But when you use it, it's tough for me to go back to it, right?
Yeah,
Luke?
I won't ever go back to it personally. This is cast further and darts. It just has quicker
and
darts.
skips better. Everything about it.
And the bait fish can't mess it up as bad.
Yeah. And this area looks so good. We should turn back around after this and do it all over again.
Yeah.
All those mullet back there, there's some fish. But yeah, get yours at fishstrong.com. Join us in the Insider Club. We just released a brand new map layer that is getting a lot of attention called the Public and Private Lands. And in my opinion, the best, quickest, fastest, easiest way to find land-based fishing spots, because in one click of a button, it shows every single public piece of property that touches coast, lakes, anything. And so you just look at it, click on it, it tells you who owns it, if there's any restrictions or not, and how many acres it is, and then zoom in, find the place to park, and boop, bam, sham, you're in Lake Flint. And then the private one shows every single property line, who owns it, so the owner's name, the address. There's apps out there like Land Glide and a few other ones that a lot of Stingray real estate agents use that cost $100 just for that app. And this is all just a new free layer, bonus layer, I guess we should call it, inside a Smart Fishing Spot. So come join us. 20% off everything at fishstrong.com for the most part. Some more. If all apparel's 50% right now still, right?
Yep.
A heck of a deal. I just loaded up on some stuff. Even though I keep wearing the same shirts over and over again. But yeah, fishstrong.com, Insider members save 20 to 50% off everything there, including the Polk County Tweaker. Tweakers be tweaking.
Yeah, do the tweaker. Yeah, just definitely get the helix hooks, these Haas helix hooks.
Yeah.
And I like the 1/16 ounce weight.
I like the 1/8.
Yeah, jig leg's 1/8, but that's why I catch more fish than them. To go with the 1/16 for the shallow water, it is hard to beat. This thing is absolutely awesome.
Yep. So that's it, guys. That's another live one here. Tweaker 2, Slam Shady 2.0 1. And I don't know, it was about 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes or so. And we're gonna make another round 2 of this, maybe with the cameras off and see what happens. Of course, I'll end up winning when the cameras are off. But get your tweaker, fishstrong.com. Appreciate you guys. Peace. We out.
See ya.
'Cause fishing, it's in my soul. It was